Anything like that. Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight and the Mets win it.
The band is out on the field. He's going to go in the end zone. He's going to go in the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk the sports and other stuff like Thanksgiving Day specials, everybody. Woo! That's right. Tonight is a very special Thanksgiving episode, and I'm going to throw it right over to our host, who's feeling a bit under the weather, I might add, Mr. Eastside David McDonald.
Thank you all so much. Put them together for me.
Woo! Eastside Dave.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing this on Zoom, just so everyone, a brand new system called Restream. I think it actually looks fantastic. Robert's knocked it out of the park with this. It was either this or absolutely nothing. And yes, the reason why I had to do this is because I got my ass kicked yesterday, Roy. IWF, the wrestling event was called When Legends Rise. We were expecting 300 people, had seats for 300. We got 400.
Whoa!
Standing room only.
Standing room only.
Nice one, boys.
We had to get a whole bunch of seats and everything like that. And I'll be honest, Roy, the night ended with me being the recipient of a double noggin knocker. Now, do you know what that wrestling maneuver is, Roy? I want to give you a little quiz right now. Do you know what a double noggin knocker is?
I'm not even familiar with a single noggin knocker, David. So this is all I'm excited to hear.
A single noggin knocker is impossible. We've never heard the phrase, oh, he just got hit by a double noggin knocker is when you take one guy's head, take the other guy's head, and you smash their two heads together. Usually it's a big guy doing it with two smaller guys.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, David, isn't that what Tony Atlas did to you and I?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Tony Atlas did that to us. And
then, yeah, he messed up my part. It's still not, it's never been the same ever since that noggin knocker, David.
Roy, last night, your enemy, 6'8" monster, the dark Oracle Sage.
Yeah.
The master of the underworld, the king of darkness. He takes me and my guy, Brian Atkins, and smashes our head together. That's how the night ended. He also stomped on my throat. So I sound like Babe Ruth in 1948.
Lou Gehrig before he had the disease.
Hardcore sports fans, you're going to love that. 1948, like they wheeled Babe Ruth out. He was like 101 pounds. That should have been the first thing to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't put Babe out there on the field. They give him a microphone, and he's like, I want to thank everybody. I had a great time being a Yankee. Yeah, I drank my whole life away. And all the hooahs didn't help much either with the VD and whatnot. But I just want to thank. So I'm approaching Babe Ruth 1948 territory, but I'm not there yet.
Close.
And I appreciate Roy Harder and Bobby Tamburro because really we were supposed to take off today. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second. Can't take off today. We got to give the DMSP audience a little mini Thanksgiving special and have a little fun because our DMSP people, they love us. I love the holidays. So anytime it's like a Thanksgiving or a Christmas, I love a little holiday special. And so even though we were scheduled to take off today, I begged, pleaded, Roy and Robert, they agreed. Robert is, like he's going to have to do all kinds of technical wizardry today. We don't even know how we're going to get this out onto iTunes. But but Robert's doing double duty, triple duty. Roy, we only got into 3 really mild arguments this week, me and Robert. Like,
that's it?
Like
Wow.
It's really like, I mean, we're practically gay for each other now. I mean, very mild, Roy.
Yeah.
It's like that's a good trend, I guess. It's just like,
mild.
hey, you're an asshole. Oh, well, so are you. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the show now.
Yeah.
Mild in tone. The second argument was literally just, "Hey, Rob, are you sure you want to still do this?"
He's always so fresh. He's always so fresh to me. He's so fresh. He's not fresh to Roy. That's why they don't argue. But
yeah, not at all. I figured out how to handle both Robert and you, David.
Just ignore us.
Yeah, I don't know. Roy is a goddamn Jedi. He knows how to handle me and Robert.
Yeah.
Amazing. But here's what you need to know. Why am I doing this show right now? Why am I even allowed to do this show? Because last Davey Mac sports program, I guaranteed championship gold. I said I had 2 guys for championship matches. Robert Atkins was going to Bonilla for the American Championship, and his twin brother Brian Atkins was going against the Dark Oracle Sage for the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, we know Brian Atkins came up short. Double noggin knocker. I tried hitting his ass with a belt, and instead he ducked, and I hit one of the Atkins brothers instead. Took him.
Oh dear, David.
Disaster. However, Roy.
Yeah.
The people in North Arlington, New Jersey were shocked. The lady with the blonde hair, and inches away, I said, "You have a stupid 1980s perm hairdo still." And the people who have never seen me and her interact were horrified. That goddamn 2-bit sparkle jacket wrestling manager is yelling at this woman. She has a horrible haircut. So this is what happened. Match number 1. Robert Atkins defeated Casey Bonilla for the American Championship, baby. I am a champion.
Yeah. Well done, David.
I finally have championship gold on my managerial resume. That is something that no one can take away from me, ever. Not Kevin Knight, not Roy, certainly not Bobby Tamburro.
Definitely
no
not.
one is going to ever take my American Championship. Robert Atkins beats Casey Boney in the first match, and the place was shocked.
Is that why your name was trending with The Undertaker and streaks broken last night?
Exactly. My name was trending yesterday, Roy. I don't know if you saw it.
I don't know what that means, David.
Well, Undertaker had the wrestling's most famous streak. 21 WrestleManias in a row he won. 21 in a row. Do you know who broke his streak? Trivia question for Roy Harder.
Well, I don't know who broke his streak, but that definitely sounds fixed to me, David.
It was Brock Lesnar broke his streak and his professional wrestling.
Yeah, Brock. Oh, yeah.
But my streak, I had been something like 0 for 18, 0 for 17. I had yet to win. I wasn't really, in my opinion, it wasn't my fault. It was a bunch of loser wrestlers that I was managing at the time. I mean, I've traded up. I got the Atkins brothers, who legitimately went to Princeton on a goddamn wrestling scholarship. These guys are brilliant and they're athletic. I have.
You know what they always say, Roy? Watch out for those Ivy League wrestlers. They're real tough guys.
Listen, when it comes to intelligence, see, the East Side Empire, we need to outthink our opponents most of the time because they're bigger than us. Justin Adams is also one of my guys. He had to have faced Kevin Knight. At some point, Kevin Knight just power bombs this poor little guy. You've seen Justin Adams, Roy. He's great. I was telling everyone in the crowd, Justin Adams just got a CW contract. I was telling Kevin, don't you touch his face. You know, Justin Adams, class personified. You know, Roy, he's been on our shows many a times.
Oh, yeah. Tremendous athlete.
I've described him as first class.
Yeah, first class Justin Adams. And I'm like, don't hurt this person. he power bombs the life out of him.
Wow.
You know, the referee's counting 1, 2. You know what I did? I took the referee. I just grabbed his leg. I refused to let him get to the 3 count. So as far as I'm concerned, Justin Adams didn't even lose yesterday.
Oh.
No, I mean, the referee did disqualify us. He started pushing me. He forgot something, right? He's pushing me, and I'm going, ring the bell. Ring the bell. Not supposed to be. We're not fighting here. You're supposed to be. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. I'm like, go like this. He's pushing me. I'm going, ring the bell, man. Ring the bell. Match is over. It's a DQ. Ring the bell. But he eventually rang the bell. But yes, Robert Atkins is now the IWF American champion. I am his manager. I am a managing champion.
Congratulations,
And
Justin.
no one can take that away from me. Now it's official. I am officially New Jersey's greatest wrestling manager. I've been bragging about that for years. Well, now I have actual proof of that. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
used
David.
to be quantity. Now you've got some quality behind it.
Thank you. That's the point.
Hey, Dave, can you show off the belt? Is that something that they let you have? I don't know how this works.
Robert Atkins has the belt right now. He's doing sort of like a Stanley. I sent Robert Atkins on a tour of New Jersey.
Okay.
And it's sort of like a Stanley Cup tour.
Yeah, yeah.
We started him in the South. He's in Atlantic City.
Get to kiss the belt.
Way up north. Yeah. So I don't have the belt. Robert Atkins has the belt, kind of like a Stanley Cup type of thing.
Oh, okay. Lovely.
Yeah. He's going on a massive tour. But listen, this is our Thanksgiving special too. Yes, Robert.
This actually hits a little close to home, Dave, because with Thanksgiving coming up, I don't like the fact that you have another person in your life that's named Robert. This really, really kind of bothers me, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
I like being the only Bobby, in your life. And I found out my cousin is marrying a fella who's coming to Thanksgiving at our house, and his name is Bobby.
He's a fella?
It's a man, yeah, and I'm not okay with that because I'm Bobby, and then my uncle was like, "Oh, we'll just call him Bobby G." But my whole life I've been called Bobby T, Dave, and they sound the exact same.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, my only solution, right, is just to completely reinvent myself.
Oh my God, I can't believe he's doing this.
Bobby Z.
I'm just saying, there are too many Bobbies in the world. I don't know.
Okay, so
I don't want to go by.
What do you want to be called?
I got nothing yet. We'll work on that for the future. But why would we welcome him? Let's call him Matt. Let's call him
Robert,
Jason.
You understand that Robert/Bobby is a common name. You can't be the only Robert or Bobby on the planet Earth. We've had this insane discussion before.
Not unless you want to commit genocide.
I was about to say Adolf was a pretty popular name.
Roy, sadly, this is not a bit. He was mad at another Bobby like a year and a half ago that we were talking to at the time that we won't say. Yeah. But that Bobby, he was really pissed off. He's like, I hate that Bobby. And I'm like, what do you mean you hate? He's a great guy. He's like, yeah, he's a really nice guy. Yeah. I'm Bobby. I'm Bobby. I'm the only Bobby. And I'm like, this is crazy man talk. He called me last night, 11 p.m. on the way home from the matches. Can I tell them what you said, or do you want to say?
I think we should save that for something later.
Okay, it's insane, Roy.
Yeah,
he had a mental breakdown, but he was pitching it as a character or storyline, and I'm like, this is not a Davey Mac sports program storyline or character. This is a certifiable mental breakdown that I'm witnessing right here.
Hey, Bobby, don't.
Go ahead, Roy.
No, I was just going to say, don't feel bad because obviously my name, Roy Harder, often gets tongue-tied with Roy Harper, the English musician. So I kind of understand where you're coming from. There should only be one of us, but what are you going to do?
What if we did a strangers on a train type situation, Roy, where, suddenly something happened to Roy Harper, but you had a pretty solid alibi. Yeah.
Crisscross.
And I guess
I prefer Throw Mama from the Train, if you're going to reference that, but I understand that Throw Mama from the Train was also referencing that.
But I guess DMSP fans look forward to seeing my mental breakdown some point in the future.
It's gonna listen, Roy. It's gonna be entertaining and disturbing at the same time.
Well, did you actually videotape it, David, or how would we see it?
He's on. I'm literally driving at 11 p.m. from the wrestling matches last night in Jersey. I'm driving in the Garden State Parkway. He calls me. Bad sign that he's calling me on a Saturday night at 11 p.m. Bad sign. He then proceeds to have a mental breakdown and he pitches it as, anyway, that's a storyline I'm considering for the Davey Mac Sports Program. I'm like, that's a storyline you should be considering for Bellevue. That's a storyline you should be considering for guys in nice, white coats, and just let them know what your storyline is so that they can put like a gigantic net around you and put you in the funny farm where you belong.
Well, coming live from Bellevue, it's the Davey Mac Sports Program.
Now, Roy Harder, let's do a little Thanksgiving talk before Bobby has some games for us to play, and I'm very excited. Yes,
Great. We actually have some very big news before we even get into the Thanksgiving talk.
Okay.
One member of the Davey Mac Sports Program lived out Dr. Hook's dream.
Not quite, Bobby. But thank you for bringing that up. No, we made the Celtic Social Club. You know that band that I play with every.
Great band.
The tour with. Anyway, last summer I did.
A lot of people call you the heart and soul.
I did a big show with them in France and a big festival, and it was released as a CD, and it just made album of the week in Rolling Stone. So that was pretty impressive. Yeah, we were very happy about it. Thank you, Bobby. Thanks for bringing that up, man.
Well,
Yeah.
Hold on. And yes, we're going back to the dojo. I don't want anyone to think that we're going to Zoom shows anymore for the rest of our lives. We're going back to the dojo and stuff.
Of course.
But this was, hey, should we not do a show or should we give the audience a show? This is us actually looking out for you guys and being full of heart, love, and Thanksgiving and this and that. So just understand that. Thank you very much. We will be, of course, going back to the dojo and this and that. But today was an impossibility. I mean, listen, you can hear me. And also, it's like I'm banged up. Like, it's not just that, like, my voice is shit. It's like, 3 wrestling matches, 20 minutes each. I was out there for an hour last night. I was getting tossed around, getting beat around. It's like I feel like I ran a decathlon or something. I don't know. So
yeah, I see all the bruises around your neck. And stuff. Look at that, huh?
I mean, I got choked. I got body slam. I got
purple flesh.
Yeah. So I just
this Robert would have protected you from getting in Damakasu, Dave. Just throwing that out there. This Robert would have.
But just so everyone knows, it's we're not going Zoom for the rest of our lives. But you know what? The DMSP, we're kind of like the roll with the punches show. It's what makes us the greatest show of all time. And what also makes us the greatest show is caring about our fans, caring about our audience. It's the truth. You won't find another goddamn show. You won't find another goddamn performer in me who cares as much about his audience as I do. And the fact is, I was not going to be able to live with myself if we didn't just do a Thanksgiving little special for the DMSP. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So we're doing it today via this restream thing. It's better than Zoom, though. It is. This is a good right away. I'm like looking. And everything is in real time. It sounds a lot better too. So I'm not opposed to this, but we are going back together in the studio, whether it's Roy's house or, of course, mostly the dojo. Okay, is that settled? Is that settled, Robert?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just wanted that to be so. I just want to make sure.
I do feel like we stomped on Roy's big victory, though. Cover the Rolling Stone.
Wait. Cover?
The band has been on the cover of Rolling Stone, actually, but this was just album of the week. It was just a featured CD. Thank you, Bobby, for making it more grandiose than it actually was, but I appreciate it.
No, I mean, that's fantastic. But did Robert bring up the fact that my matches and Guaranteed were featured in wrestling's biggest newsletter, Dave Meltzer's The Wrestling Observer? Something that's been around for 40 years. The IWF and Eastside Dave, New Jersey's greatest manager, Eastside Dave, has guaranteed a championship.
Yeah, that's like the New York Times of the wrestling world.
Exactly.
And that's why I didn't bring it up. I just assumed everybody had already seen it. It's so popular.
But Thanksgiving, always a good time. Roy Harder.
Yes, sir.
Do you host Thanksgiving or
that's a big
Berlin? I mean, do Germans? What do Germans do? How do you celebrate?
Well, we're hosting this year. I mean, my kids are one of my kids is off to college, so it's going to be a little bit smaller. But we got some people coming by. It's like the Griswold family Thanksgiving. It's just like that. I'm the Clark of the family.
So a lot of chaos, you mean?
Not a lot of chaos.
A lot of insanity.
Yeah, family shit, but it's all good. It's all
We
fun
got
stuff.
we always go to my parents or my mom's now, and she has the big thing. Everyone else is really hands-on but me. And it's kind of funny. I'm not even like, no one even now asks me to do anything. I
Yeah.
just literally am able. I'm the guy who gets to go there and sit on the chair and watch football.
Yeah, so you
They
don't even bring
figure-
you bring no gifts, no wine, not even a bottle of wine.
I mean, you'd think someone who's an adult would remember that kind of shit, like those details, bring something. Can you remind me on Thursday, send me a text at 11 a.m. Please bring something to your mother's house because I don't even do that.
Yeah, just a bottle of wine. Get some cheap Bordeaux under $20.
Yeah,
You'll
I
be
mean,
fine.
you're right. I'm sure as hell not going to make anything. Here, Mom, here's my casserole.
Yeah.
And then I'll just give her like a bunch of Fig Newtons in a pan. Okay. I'm the only one who one time I tried to make spaghetti and I burnt the spaghetti and I burnt the water somehow.
How do you fucking burn
I don't
spaghetti,
know.
David?
My mom's like, how does someone burn spaghetti? I'm like, I don't know. I did it. It was amazing.
Pretty
For-
impressive.
For a while, I also was not allowed to cook, Dave. A lot of times I tried to substitute ingredients if we didn't have them and it just didn't work. And one time I made a cake. It could have solved the hunger crisis because it regenerated. Like you would cut a square out, and then you come back later and it'd just be filled. I don't know how I did it, but fuck.
A little too much baking powder in there.
That was the one where my mom was like, "You just don't cook anymore, please."
Yeah.
It's the everlasting cake.
I
I
feel-
think I would love that.
I feel like Bobby, I feel like you could fuck up a bowl of ramen noodle, like you could burn that.
I feel like every guy needs like one or two signature dishes.
Yeah.
So I make a mean pasta sauce. So I do cavatelli with red sauce.
That's good.
And my grandfather took the time, like when we'd go to Ohio, to teach me how to make old fashioned wedding soup. So like if I really have to impress you, I'll do it. And
Nice.
ever since he passed, they kind of rotate which woman in the family makes the wedding soup, and like it's always close. But one of these times, I'm just gonna do it because like I know the real way to make it. Like he left out a couple of steps for them.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
All right.
like you just spill the booze you're drinking on in there at random amounts. Like that's the key flavoring. Like if there isn't that
Yeah.
in a Merlot, people are like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah. Bobby's gonna drop a couple tabs of acid in there as well.
Well, we got all kinds of stuff going on. We also got a little sports. We'll do a little sports too. I'm watching the Giants. The Giants, their quarterback, Tommy DeVito, today, he got sacked 5 times in the first quarter.
Oh, you think you're feeling bad, David, huh?
Dude, that's on pace to be sacked 20 times in the game.
Wow.
He
That's
got sacked
he won't be
5
doing
times in
he
the
won't-
first quarter.
I guarantee you he won't be doing any sports shows tomorrow morning. No way.
It's an embarrassment.
Ouch.
The Jets have every opportunity to make the playoffs, but they don't want to because they keep throwing Zach Wilson out there.
A lot of Jets talk in the chat that they control their own destiny.
I know, because you know what happened? Goddamn Joe Burrow got hurt. He's out for the year, Roy. Cincinnati Bengals, great, excellent young quarterback. Joe Burrow's go. So we're done with him. It feels like no one in football besides the Chiefs and Eagles really want this. Like, it feels like every time we talk about somebody's really, really good, they screw up. I mean, how many times are we going to be like, oh, Buffalo has a chance. The Bills have a chance to win the Super Bowl. And then they just go out there and fart all over everyone's faces on national television. You know, I can't trust Josh Allen unless he gets traded to the Giants. Then I'll be the biggest Josh Allen fan on planet Earth because I'm a hypocrite like that. But the Giants are terrible. I heard Tyreek Hill got hurt of the Dolphins. So that's going to put the Dolphins in jeopardy. I know he's just one wide receiver, but Tyreek Hill is such a game changer, and Tua needs that guy. But I think if Tyreek Hill is out for an extended period of time, that's going to seriously impact the Dolphins negatively. I don't know what the hell's going on in football these days. Because it seems like teams kind of are choking a lot. This is why I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl again this year, folks. You heard it right here first.
Don't discount
I know it's easy to choose to pick the Chiefs in some ways, but keep in mind, I'd be picking the Chiefs to win their third Super Bowl and back-to-backs. That's not an easy prediction to make. Back-to-back Super Bowls hasn't happened in a while. And
We've got breaking news, Dave. Tyreek Hill has returned to the game.
Tyreek is back. Okay, good.
Thank you, Kevin. He just banged up his hand.
Banged up his hand. All right.
So
because if Tua can't throw to that guy, I don't know. But because no one wants it, that's to me why Patrick Mahomes will navigate this to another championship, because he's been there, done that. This is called experience. This is called someone who now understands the big, bright spotlight. He knows how to win on the big stage. And I think that he's going to figure that out. Mahomes is going to win it again, man. I'm telling you.
Can I do a controversial take, Dave?
Please.
I would not count out the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's one of those situations where right now, everybody in the world, including me and you, are sitting here going, the Bengals are done. And sometimes we've seen teams like that go, wait a second, we didn't decide we were done yet, and rally around like that cause. If they could find a solid
Burrow's out.
If they could find a solid guy, like is Fitzmagic healthy? Somebody who's, you know what I mean? That's a solid team with or without Burrows. Burrows isn't this magical guy. He's not Mahomes.
Joe Burrow is. He threw 80% in college, and he's translated to pros.
You're absolutely right, but he is a pure quarterback in that he throws the football. He's not Mahomes out there making these plays that are ridiculous you haven't seen before. He's a solid quartherback. If you can find a guy,
he makes throws you haven't seen before. He makes throws. Not everyone needs their legs. The last time I checked, Tom Brady was not a mobile quarterback. He won 7 championships. Maybe pocket passers.
Yeah.
Maybe that's actually the way to go. Joe Burrow is great. They're not winning. They're 1-5 in their division.
You just brought up a great name.
Who?
Tom Brady.
So
what's he up to these days? Is he still in shape? If he just walks in, wins another Super Bowl, flicks off the rest of the NFL, I'm back.
If he wouldn't
I did Favre the right way.
The job for Brady to have taken was the Jets' job. Once Rodgers went down, the season was early. He probably was still in the good shape and whatnot. But no, Brady can't come back. And certainly, Brady in Cincinnati.
What a better fuck you to New York than, I didn't want to play for the Jets. I'm going to go to Cincinnati and just be in the cold, miserable weather.
Do people in Cincinnati love WKRP, or are they sick of it? Like, if someone you're in Cincinnati, baby, if I ever wonder. And are people in Cincinnati like, yeah, we've heard that song before. Please don't. And whatever became of me. Because honestly, that's the most famous thing to come out of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
The Bengals still have not won a Super Bowl.
No, I don't know a lot about Cincinnati.
The Reds are good, I guess.
One of the cities I'm less familiar with, but I would imagine most people spend their time thinking about what life choices went wrong that they found themselves in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Why am I not in Cleveland? Why couldn't I just drive an hour and a half to a much better city?
Still a shitty city.
It's not like Cleveland is, Beverly Hills either these days.
Well, Cleveland does have a nice diverse things to offer. You want to go see the ocean, you've got Lake Erie. You want an amusement park just down the road in Sandusky, you got Cedar Point, Little Italy.
Yeah, what's wrong with Cleveland? Yeah, Cleveland rocks. According to Joe Walsh.
Well, I thought you were doing the Drew Carey song.
Or according to Drew Carey. That's exactly what I was doing, yeah.
Hang on, Snoopy.
Can we play the game? I want to play the game now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Let's play the game. The first game, we've got 3 rounds. The third round will be only if necessary, because obviously, Dave, you could win in the first round, or Roy, you could win in the first round. In the second round, it wouldn't matter. The first round's kind of styled off of Jeopardy. Since it is the Davey Mac sports program, Dave, I think we'll allow you to choose. Do you want to go first or second?
I'd like to go first.
That would make sense.
I'd like to go. Yeah, I definitely want to go first. And I'm extremely excited for this. This is what it's all about, because I told Robert, get some games, because the big thing in the McDonald household is not only do we watch the football, but we also get the games out. There's tons of games on Thanksgiving, much more than Christmas. Thanksgiving's where The board games come out, the charades. You get all kinds of different type of competitions. We're all insane. Everyone's half drunk, and it's part fun and it's part terrifying. Neighbors usually hear a lot of people yelling at each other. We've had police called on us, all because of the games.
Oh, boy.
All because of the
Wow.
games. So that's why I said, Robert, if it's a proper Thanksgiving special,
Let's
do a couple games here. Me versus Roy. I want to take Roy on.
All right.
To introduce our Thanksgiving-themed categories, we've got 5. The first one is unusual goat. Now, it would be unusual to serve goat meat on Thanksgiving, and these are people who were great at either weird statistics or weird statistics at people who are one of the greatest of all times.
Okay.
The next category is family get-togethers. That'll be name the families that were described. Cowboys versus Indians is very simple. Were they a cowboy or were they an Indian?
Good.
America. It's going to be questions about great American athletes. And
Excellent.
my personal favorite, potpourri. Weed-themed sports questions.
Okay. Well, nice, Robert.
I like
Dave,
all of this.
you will be team 1 because you're on the left. Roy, you'll be team 2 because you're on the right.
Okay.
The board is yours, David.
I'm going to go with unusual goat for 100, please.
Unusual goat for 100. The person who caught Brett Favre's first pass as a receiver in the NFL.
Oh, boy.
Who received Brett Favre's first pass?
This is just a guess. Who is Sterling Sharp?
No. Roy?
Who is O.J. Simpson?
No. I think those will come back later, so you're aware.
Okay.
The correct answer was Brett Favre.
Oh, he caught his
tipped by a defensive lineman, and he recovered it for a 2-yard gain.
Wow.
It's going to
Okay.
be a fun one.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. So I'm still in control.
Who's in control of?
Well, no, Dave, we're going to switch it over to Roy. That way you can, if you get it right, you keep going. If not, we'll give it to the other guy.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm going to take America for 100, please, Robert.
America for 100. First American world chess champion, defeating Boris Spassky, arguably ending the Cold War.
Who is Bobby Fischer?
Show me Bobby Fischer. Who is Bobby Fischer is correct.
Yes.
That's 100 points for Roy, and he retains the board.
Okay, let's go with America for 200, please.
America for 200. Despite being a member of the Redeem Team and not the Dream Team, and only having an NBA championship because of Steph Curry, he is the leading scorer for the U.S. basketball Olympic team.
Who is Michael Jordan?
No, we're going to give it Dave a shot to steal.
And only having an NBA championship because he is the leading scorer for the U.S. Olympic basketball team. The Redeem Team and only having Kevin Durant.
And the correct answer is 1 second. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
The point for Dave.
Dave
Back
takes
in
control.
Robert, how do I hide this chat? With all due respect, people are we're trying to give me the answer, but I knew the Durant answer, and I don't want to see the chat anymore.
I didn't even know there was a chat.
You should be able to hit the chat button on the side, and it should disappear for you.
Seems logical.
Okay, well, all right. Anyhow.
Or just let them. Maybe they'll mislead you. Board is yours.
There you go. I put you guys full screen, so now I don't have to see them. All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
The board is yours.
And Roy, that means you have to do the same thing, you cheating bastard. I
honestly, David, maybe because you're an admin, I don't have any access to any chat or answers that I'm aware of.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's go.
If I do, please someone send me a DM very quickly.
Dave, I think the board's yours because you got Kevin Durant right.
Okay. Family get together 100, please.
Okay.
Family get together 100. This father-son pair went yard back-to-back in 1990.
Who are the Griffeys? Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey.
Who are the Griffeys?
Ooh, nice.
We'll give
David.
that one to Dave.
Boom.
Oh, let me make sure I give him those points.
Give me my gun.
Right.
Yeah. Make sure I'm getting these points here. All right.
Board's yours.
Family get together 200.
200. This family boasts 3 NFL quarterbacks, 2 Super Bowl champions, and 1 mediocre show.
Who are the Mannings?
Who are the Mannings? We'll give it to
Damn it.
Dave.
Wow, Dave's getting all the easy ones.
And they have several mediocre shows, by the way. Several.
It was a numbers game. Dave, you got the board. What do you want?
Family get together 300.
300. The father-son duo are both NBA players. While the father had the more successful playing career, the son coached the best season in NBA history.
Oh.
Well, the son had the best coaching season in NBA history. The best coaching season? Coached the best season? Best season would be Steve Kerr or Phil Jackson. Did any of their fathers play basketball? I don't think so.
Think about that a little further.
Okay. I'll say who are the Kerrs?
Roy, would you like
who are the Jacksons?
Neither of you got it. The correct answer was, who are the Waltons? Most people forget that during that historic season, Steve Kerr was out for 3/4 of the season with a heart attack, and Luke Walton was the head coach of the team.
They had a very successful show in the 70s, too. The Waltons.
Different people. All right. Very
good.
good.
With Dave up 500 to 100, Roy, you've got the board. What do we want, baby?
I'm going with Cowboys versus Indians.
That's a good call because it literally is a binary choice. Ricky Vaughn.
That is a Cowboy.
Dave?
Indian, Cleveland Indian, baby. Major League, Roy. Major League, Daddy.
We're going to give it to you. We're not going to give you the points, though, because it's literally, if Roy's wrong, you're right. So,
all right. I'm going to stick with Roy got it wrong. I'm going to go back to family get together. 400.
400. While he is regarded as one of the best shooters in NBA history, he spent much of his career in the shadow of his big sister, who dominated him despite having no nuts.
Who are the Millers, Reggie and Cheryl Miller?
Who are the Millers? We'll give it to Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Roy. This is going to be family get together 500. I'm just trouncing you now.
I can see that, David.
One of these brothers shoves his way into the end zone. The other shoves his dick in America's sweetheart.
Oh, man.
Who are the Kelseys?
Who are the Kelseys? Wow.
Yes, sir.
Dave's rolling right along.
Let's go, right. Cowboys versus Indians. 200.
I thought it was Kanye West.
Bart Starr.
Bart Starr. Cowboy versus Bart Starr. Cowboy or Indian? Well, he obviously played the Packers. Bart Starr did not play on the Cowboys, Robert. So I'm going to say he's of Native American ancestry because he was on the Packers.
Yep, that was the answer. We're going to give it to you and just assume I didn't screw up. Back to you. The board.
I knew it.
Somebody was smoking a little weed while doing this one, huh?
Bart Starr, the Green Bay Packer quarterback, he mislabeled as the Dallas Cowboy, Roy.
I can see that. Yeah.
What happens when Alex Trebek hits PCP too much?
And because of that, we're going to give it back to Roy Harder. Roy, you got the board.
Let's go.
I didn't like you pointing out my mistake, Dave. So
let's a mistake.
Let's go.
High idiot.
Let's go with
point it out.
Cowboys versus Indians for 300, David. Robert, sorry. Oh, that is definitely
Griffin III.
That is definitely. I always get 2 and 3 mixed up, but I'm going to go with Cowboy.
Ooh, Dave.
Damn it.
Indian. Well, because of Washington, he was on the Washington at the time Redskins. Now they're the Washington Commanders. But so RG3, yeah.
He is an Indian. Great job. We're going to give those points to Dave. We're cruising right along.
I mean, at some point, Robert, Roy can just wave the white flag and say this round is Davey Mac.
I'm a little surprised he didn't go for potpourri because you would assume that would be his chance to shine.
All right. Well,
but he doesn't
have the board. Yeah, you have the board.
I do. Yeah. Cowboys versus Indians. Let's go. 400.
Manny Ramirez.
Indian. Let's go. Cowboys versus Indians. 500.
And for 500, Des Bryant.
Cowboy, baby. Dallas Cowboy.
Sure you don't want to clarify that anymore?
Dallas Cowboy.
It is. He's actually a double Cowboy, so you missed that one because he also played for the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
That's right.
Roy knew that one, so we're going to take the points away there and give Roy back the board.
Thank you. And I'm going to go with potpourri for 100, please.
Miami Dolphins running back whose career was ruined by failed drug tests.
Jesus. Are there any Miami players who are not on drugs? I'm going to go with. Oh man, Miami Dolphins.
For that Miami Dolphins answer, we're going to give it to you.
What are you doing? This is not. We're not doing this. We're
All right,
not
you're
just
right.
doing sympathy points. No, I play games for real.
For real.
I know.
This
I'm
is
just
not
waiting.
how the McDonald's do it. Don't.
Oh.
No, give a goddamn answer. Let's go.
Is it Peyton Manning?
No, it's not. It's Ricky Williams. I want
Ricky
his point.
Williams.
Oh,
Boards is
damn.
Dave's.
I want his point. Potpourri 200.
200. Was once arrested trying to fly with weed in a hidden water bottle compartment, but was still able to fly high with the Eagles when he manufactured the Miracle at the Meadowlands.
Oh, Herm Edwards? Who is Herm Edwards?
Are my dogs in the house, Roy? That's a hint.
I'm gonna go with Miracle at the Meadowlands. Dogs in the house.
Oh,
What the
hold on. Deshaun Jack.
Oh, wait a minute. Michael Vick?
It is Michael Vick.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. The dogs gave it away.
Robert, there is a play called The Miracle at the Meadowlands, and it happened in the early 80s with Herm Edwards and Joe Pisarcik.
Yep.
Right.
Sorry, David, but you got that one wrong.
And what is the category, Dave? Potpourri. So it's you kind of there. They're not full hints. So pay attention, Roy.
I do believe I have control of the board. I'm going to go with Potpourri for 300 after that correct answer.
Despite oh, go ahead, Roy. You can read it.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I was reading out loud. To the jam band
Go ahead,
scene.
Robert.
Oh,
Read it.
Despite playing for one of the strictest college coaches, he was a notorious pothead. But post NBA career is a major contributor to the jam band scene.
You know, it's a shame. I know this one because Brian Guitarzi just posted photos with him, and I can't think of who the guy was. And I actually asked him, "Hey, who's that guy you took photos with?" And he told me the guy's name, and I forgot. Jam band scene. I don't know. Jerry Garcia.
I know, Robert. Who is Bill Walton?
Damn it, that's the guy. That's right.
Bill Walton.
I
Dave,
knew
board's
that.
yours.
Potpourri for 400, please.
Who's the most decorated Olympian who lost all his sponsors after seen celebrating with a bong?
Who is Michael Phelps?
Damn
It
it.
is Michael Phelps, and I think Roy knew that one, but that's okay. We're going back to the board, Dave. We got a few left.
Potpourri 500.
We're going to say there are 3 more questions available.
All right, Potpourri 500.
A fib Bobby tells Dave. So let me rephrase that. There's a typo there. A fib Bobby tells Dave after smoking too much, or a game like Pilata played with large curved wicker baskets.
Oh, what is a highlight?
It is a highlight.
Damn it.
Oh, I like that. And
That was shit of-
that's your game too, Roy.
That is my
That's your
game.
In
You
there
love
for
highlights.
him.
I feel it right. I mean, when do we get to double it all or nothing?
Oh, this is good. 2 more questions.
Two more questions, and then we'll move on to the next game.
America 300.
America for 300. Vaulted for a score of 9.72 despite a broken ankle to solidify a victory over the Russians, arguably reiterating the end of the Cold War.
I don't know this one, but I'm going to guess. Who is Carl Lewis?
Roy?
Who is Nancy Kerrigan?
Ice skater.
Carrie Strug, guys. Come on. You don't remember that?
I knew it was something with a K.
You give me America 400.
America for 400. Defeated Ivan Drago in the USSR, arguably ending the Cold War.
Who is Rocky Balboa?
That is Rocky. And
oh man.
just because it was such a massive defeat, we're going to give Roy a chance at 500.
Go ahead.
Despite never playing in the NHL, he scored the game-winning goal over the USSR, arguably ending the Cold War.
The Cold War's ended 4 times this category.
Yeah.
It's amazing how a lot of people say that that's what ended the Cold War.
Yeah.
Score.
Yeah, I guess so,
Is it Sylvester Stallone?
Dave, any guesses?
What was that guy's name? Joe something.
We're going to give it to
Change
Louis
Italian.
D in the chat. Mike Ruzioni.
Mike Ruzioni. I said it was Italian. I meant Mike Ruzioni. So that gives me the round 1 victory, and I absolutely trounced Roy Harder, just the way my guy Robert Atkins trounced KC Bonilla to make us both the American champion in IWF. And I thought it was pretty fitting that I'm the American champ, well, the manager of the American champion and I destroyed Roy in the American category.
I will admit defeat when I'm defeated, David, and that was definitely a slaughtering.
You got destroyed there, but
Yep.
the good news is Robert says he has a round 2, which is a different type of deal.
Apparently, there's 3 rounds, David.
And good news, Louis did give you those points, Roy. So you did get those. He gave them to you.
Nice.
I don't know
Points
what's
were
going on there, Dave. Yeah,
I had over 3,000.
Yeah. But just it's a lover's game.
Okay,
so
fair enough. It's a Thanksgiving fun special. We're going to keep it nice and fun, even though the competitive juices are absolutely flying with me right now.
And unlike Jeopardy, this one's going to be a little different. We're going to show you a picture like a Wheel of Fortune puzzle with a clue, and we will take turns guessing until somebody gets the answer. So Dave, you'll be able to ask a question. Roy, you'll be able to ask a question and guess. And since Roy's so far behind, I kind of think it's only fair if we let him go first. So this is our board here we've got. And the puzzle is Here Comes This Boxer.
Here comes this boxer.
So you can ask a question first, and hopefully I know the answer.
Okay. Is the boxer American?
He is. I don't know if that's going to narrow it down much for you, but yes, he is.
Well, it narrows out the rest of the world. So that's a good start.
And do we have a guess?
Not yet. No, I'm sorry. David, you could ask a question.
Okay. Is the boxer is the boxer from New York?
No.
Is the boxer black?
No, he is not.
Okay.
Is the boxer Latino?
No.
Oh my.
Yet he's American.
He is.
How does this work?
One last group.
There's another group or two, Roy.
Yeah.
But he's a boxer, David. Okay.
You ever hear Rocky Marciano?
Okay. Is all right. So he's not black. He's not Puerto. Is he Asian?
I don't believe so.
Is he a white man, Robert?
He is a white man.
Okay, go ahead, Roy.
Would you like another clue?
No,
yes.
That's my one question. Oh yeah, we definitely want another clue.
Italian American descent.
Okay.
So this is the Thanksgiving. So think like, where did Robert spend most of his Thanksgivings? Think along those lines. It is the holiday show.
All right, I got to guess.
Go ahead, I got to guess. Is it Rocky Marciano?
No, that wouldn't even fit in the puzzle.
Yeah,
Good.
I know.
That was my guess, and I didn't even realize. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see. There's a puzzle there. Okay, let's go with was the boxer's prime in the 1970s?
Somewhere kind of around that era. Let me look it up real quick. I don't know as much about this guy as I should.
Well, that's the key for me, because if you give me what era the gentleman boxed, I might be able to give you your answer. I'm a sports historian, as they say. I'm pretty much the most knowledgeable sportscaster of all time, and I'm allowed to continue to do this since my guy won his wrestling match last night.
That is fair. I did.
Is it my turn or
no? Hold on.
Oh,
I was looking up an answer to Dave's question, and this is why I had to. So he started his career at the end of the 70s, and then his prime was probably early 80s.
Okay,
early 80s. Okay,
all right, I got him. I actually know it, but go ahead, Roy. You better get this guy quick, otherwise I'm going to win this whole game.
Okay. Has the boxer ever killed someone in the ring?
I believe he has.
Is the boxer Boom Boom Mancini?
See,
that's who it is.
Boom.
Boom Boom Mancini.
I knew the minute you said he killed someone. There it is.
There it is.
All right,
Roy
I'm back.
takes the first one.
You are very lucky. The second Robert said early 80s, and I saw the two names, Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Well, the minute he said yes, that he killed someone, that was immediately.
I know. So I'm just saying. Good job on your part, because I was coming. I was getting that thing.
Okay,
so good job, Roy Harder.
Fight's on. I appreciate the
respect. So Roy
then.
wins the first of those. We got 3 potential. Here comes the second puzzle. Buffalo Bills is the clue. Dave, will go to you first.
Okay, I'm going to stick with my other line of questioning. Did he play in the 1990s?
Let me just check. I think he was 80s. Yeah, not 90s.
80s? He's a
Yeah.
1980s guy?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Roy.
Did this player ever kill someone?
Yeah. No. And well, let me ask you this: civilly or in?
Okay, I'd like to solve the puzzle, please. Is the player O.J. Simpson?
Let's see if it's O.J. Simpson.
Yes. I
OJ, there it is.
There it is. And you know what?
okay.
Just for the sake of time, Dave, I feel like Roy's been better at this than the other ones. Let's do the last puzzle. We'll make it worth all the points. And Roy, you're winning. We'll let you go first.
Okay.
The clue is simply Jets receiver.
Jets receiver.
This,
Quite frankly,
this round was thrown to Roy. I am filing a goddamn protest. No,
listen, boys.
I am filing a protest.
There's only one Jets receiver I know. As a matter of fact, there's only one athlete I know about, and his name is Freeman McNeil, baby.
This is all bull BS.
Let's see.
Freeman McNeil is involved in this competition. It's the only athlete Roy has ever referenced. In case anyone's wondering, he knows the stats of one guy for some reason.
There he is.
McNeil, 1980s Jets wide receiver. And I don't know why you only know Freeman McNeil, but that seems to be the case. Did you meet him or something?
No, I used to just watch him on TV. He was a very prominent character back then, and I was just
character.
Yeah, I was just getting into football, and his name was so I just got into this guy.
So you're into Freeman McNeil. That's what you're.
Oh yeah, at one point, I mean, mid '80s, he was my boy. Yeah, definitely. I had the jerseys and everything, man.
It's odd. It's odd that you like one player, and honestly, why it's odd to me is because it's Freeman McNeil. I mean, with all due respect, it's not even like Jerry Rice or Randy Moss, like a wide receiver. You can say, okay, they changed the game. I mean, he's a nice player.
Yeah,
I got nothing against the guy. He's a good, solid receiver. But he's Freeman freaking McNeil.
You wouldn't be saying that back in the mid '80s, David.
I was. I would say that in the '80s. I was a Giants fan. There was no difference between Freeman McNeil on the Jets and Phil McConkey on the Giants. One was black, one was white. Anyway, final round.
Final round. And our final round is much like Jeopardy, a final Jeopardy.
Okay.
And our category is going to be the reason for the season.
Oh, I like
reason
this.
for the season. Okay.
Now, this would be the point where we wagered if it wasn't already tied, but none of that really matters, so I didn't have to come up with a theme. I could have just read the question, but here we are.
Let's go, baby.
In the annals of American football, this iconic play, known as the Immaculate Reception, unfolded during a playoff game on December 23rd, 1972, involving the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders. Describe the key events of this play. Dave, since you are the sports master, we are going to have you write your answer down, and then we're going to let Roy, in the meantime, perhaps, we're going to trust you to go. Oh, you've got pen and paper right in front of you.
I got pen and paper right here.
So we're going to give you a few seconds while Roy and I discuss something just
Okay.
of other nature, and then Roy, we'll let you give your answer out loud.
Okay.
Roy, I texted you something. Did they rip off Stiff Little Fingers? That song, Guerrilla Radio, it's the exact same riff as Johnny Was by Stiff Little Fingers. And
I gotta take a listen. I wouldn't surprise me.
I'm just saying, I know you're buddies with one of those guys, and
big
Rage
time.
Against the Machine stopped Raging Against the Machine. It sold out for a lot of money. So if there's artist rights there,
Yeah.
Let's,
wait, Dave's writing an awfully long time. It's just a name, right? Okay.
no, he's got very terrible handwriting.
No,
Right,
he didn't. He said name the order of events. So
Okay,
just kind of describe the play.
as quickly as possible, I wrote down the whole play. Is this
All right. So I'm going to go with is Mean Joe Green involved here? Because that's the only player I
Okay, so Mean Joe Green, and what happened with him? I think this is going to be very entertaining to see what his potential answer is.
No, he's going to give you the Coca-Cola commercial where he's thinking, Mean Joe Green's going to give some little brat a Coke.
In the hallway of the stadium.
Yeah, the hallway of the stadium.
I don't know if it was that. You want to try again, Roy?
No, I will concede this
All
one
right,
to David.
we'll yield to Dave.
I wrote down, I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, if I had a mirror, I could probably read it.
Terry Bradshaw's pass, obviously broken up. Ball popped up into the air. Franco Harris caught it, brought it into the end zone for a touchdown. The immaculate reception. It's all there. I tried to do as quickly as possible. Terry Bradshaw pass broken up, caught by Franco Harris for a TD.
That's pretty impressive.
Very impressive, David. Very impressive. And with that, who could have seen this coming? The sports master retains his title.
Yes!
Well
On a
deserved.
Thanksgiving special, Roy Hodder.
Yeah, well
Just
deserved.
like last night, Roy Hodder. I won at IWF, and now I'm the American champion. And guess what, Roy Hodder? Now I'm the Thanksgiving champion, baby.
You are, David, and I will concede, and I will, as a gentleman, I will say you won that fair and square.
Thank you. Even with having to push through that controversial round 2, which, in my opinion, was thrown towards Roy Harder's direction with answers like Freeman McNeil. All right, there's some controversy there, Robert.
Why? He's a free man, David.
Actually, I always wondered about his name too, because he's a black man with an Irish name, and his first name is Free Man. And so it makes me think, I wonder at some point in his past, was he in fact descendant of slaves?
Or freed.
Or a freed slave. Yeah, it makes you wonder. And maybe he married into an Irish, Protestant family of some kind, or it was some kind of, it's an interesting thing to think about when you're,
you think about Freeman McNeil way too often, more than probably Freeman McNeil thinks about Freeman McNeil.
Wait till you hear the Broadway musical I'm writing about him, David.
Actually, that brings me to my next point, and I'm not going to give much more than this, but it's going to be a tease. The tease of all teases is coming up right now.
Oh, David, don't do it. Don't do it. Not yet.
Well, why not? I've heard it. I have to.
Okay. All right.
I'm just going to, you know me, I'm a professional.
I know you are, yeah.
Roy and I are doing a musical project. That's all I'm going to say.
You can say more than that, David.
Roy and I and Robert are doing a musical project.
I thought you were going to play it over the. Okay, that's what I was worried about.
No, Roy and I have decided to create yet another piece of musical magic that will live in infamy. I can't promise you it's going to be viral like F. Tom Brady. What I can promise you is it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's another smash hit.
Yeah, it's a gold record, baby.
I can't predict numbers. I can predict maximum entertainment for all who hear it.
Well said, David.
I've been listening to it for 72 hours, and every time he gives me a new copy, it sounds even better. It's crazy. At this point, you've done 3 masterful versions of the same track. It's amazing.
I think I'm actually on version 7, believe it or not, if I really think about it.
They're all good. Like, you can release an album of just the song. But anyway, I'm letting people know, we're close. We're very, very close to releasing this song. It's sports related, similar to Tom Brady, except we're going after a new person, and you all know who he is, but I'm not going to even say that. I'm just going to say we've created another piece of musical magic that will live forever. That's it. It's coming. It'll be here, I don't know, a week.
Yeah.
10 days. I don't know. Yeah. But we're going to get it to you. We're going to get it to you. So be on the lookout for it. It's going to be phenomenal. Next Sunday, are we back in the dojo, guys?
I believe so, yeah.
Robert?
We will let you know.
Okay.
I got to check my plans with travel and whatnot.
Yeah,
but I'll let you know.
A lot of Thanksgiving stuff, these entire things. So we understood that. And today it was necessity because of my voice, because I got beaten up for 60 minutes basically, and we couldn't get there. But we didn't want to leave anyone hanging or not do anything for anyone. So we decided, you know what? Let's do a fun little Thanksgiving special via the internet, and we've done just that. And I want to thank right now that we're coming to an end here. I want to thank Roy Harder and Robert Tamburro for spectacular year of radio, of podcasting, of Davey Mac Sports program. Now another song, our first song, and the first big time original song in 11 years will be unveiled. I mean, come on. We've had a phenomenal year. People are with us. Dojo Comedy's been great. We're heading back there. We're going to be doing other things. When we got do the show at Roy's house, I actually love that too. It's like, we're crazy. We can do this thing anywhere. But of course, Dojo's become our new home. But I got to thank Robert as well. Unbelievable production for a whole year between DMSP, Yaddle Chattel, the Star Wars podcast, and of course, Tales from the Satellite, the show that is really making a lot of waves. It's released on patreon.com/EastsideDave first. And then after a month, we give it to the, let's be honest, the cheapskates who won't support me on YouTube. You know, I've given so much of my life to these motherfuckers. And I just want a little love back. But the shows are going great. Everything is going great. We got the whole East Side Empire on a roll. I'm now the American champion, the manager of the American champion. And I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all the DMSP people as well, because our audience is fantastic too. So we have so many fantastic, loyal listeners and viewers. It's pretty awesome. So I want to thank everyone. I'm very thankful this Thanksgiving season, for real. That's it for me.
Thank you for having us every week, Dave, and all the stuff you do and effort you put in. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, Roy, for making the car rides together such a pleasure when it could really be really painful, you know.
I envision these car rides like Hunter S. Thompson and his lawyer, you know, it's some kind of bizarre, like lots of, I mean, it's either that or a Cheech and Chong movie.
It's
a little bit of both, David, for sure.
Yeah. And never an argument.
Oh, no, never an argument. No, we have wonderful chats. We talk, we listen to great music. We sing songs and,
all right,
you know, we have lots of fun.
It's
a great ride. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Well, thank
you for letting me be a part of the team. You know, it's awesome to get to be a member and hopefully a good contributor. So happy Thanksgiving, fellas.
Thank you. Roy, you want to say a quick something or anything before we get
I just want to say I love you guys, man. Happy Thanksgiving to both of you and all the listeners, man. I love you all. Seriously, thank you.
We do. We love everybody. Everyone is really cool. And we thank everyone for listening to this show today. You know, this is what we do. Rather, you know, how many shows would have taken off? Honestly, I'm sick. I'm beaten up on this and that. But the dedication is not patting ourselves on the back. It's because we love our audience, and we will do it. And we will always give you content, consistent and excellent content. That's what we do. So a happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Roy Harder, happy Thanksgiving, Daddy. Looking good. Bobby, very nice Thanksgiving, baby. Awesome. And to all the DMSP audience in the entire universe, a big happy Thanksgiving, baby. A gobble, gobble, a turkey, turkey. My name is Davey Mac. Good night, everybody.